Munson with Munson Music. We're going to talk about how you can play a song called Dangerous Days. And it does start off with this cool little intro part where you can play the open G string. It's kind of like this ambient background coolness. And then there are a couple arpeggios you may want to play around with actually. It's kind of working a D major idea, but you may want to do it 5th fret on the high E, 7 on the G string, 7 on the B string as kind of a little arpeggio of that chord. And you kind of hear that really quick in the keyboard part. I know that may be really fast. To kind of work that as kind of a broken chord idea. So you got kind of 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 7, 5, 7, 7, 5. And then you may want to change that to 7, 8 on the B string and then 5 on the high E string. It's kind of like a little D suspended chord. D major, D sus, kind of an idea. Or if you want to back that up with just chords, you could start on a D major chord. And normally D major, you do 1st finger on the G second, 2nd finger on the high E second, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now around the D in general though, you may want to think about lifting off the 2nd finger and making that a D sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D suspended chord and kind of say some things around the D major chord. And on that intro part, you may just want to switch between the D major and the D sus. So you have D major 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D sus. It's kind of the intro part. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the D and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, D, down, up, down, up, D sus. Another strum pattern, I know this can be slightly challenging, or very challenging actually if you're just starting out, but for myself what felt really good is the 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot at the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts that are down, down, up, up, down, up. So kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is the long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the 1st beat. Then on the 2nd beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the 3rd beat, you'd be doing an up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, yeah, down, 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 up, down, 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 which would be a very fast pace for the tune. D major, D sus, D, D sus. You may want to think on that to practice it. And then from there we'll be going into our verse part. And we start out on the D major, and then more D major. And you could even kind of try just the D sus change, or you could go to a G major chord. I normally do this 1st finger on the A 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And we basically alternating between those chords. So you can work that with any of those strummings, kind of B, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, D, G, G. Me digging on the down, down, up, down, up. Strings, kind of an idea. And then from there we go into our chorus part. And our chorus starts off with that. And our chorus starts off with that same progression one time, kind of our D, D, G major, bass, kind of go back to the D, and then we go to an E note, and you may want to kind of back that up with an E minor chord by doing first finger on the A second, second finger on the D second, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on adding in the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, making that an E minor 7 chord, and then from the E minor, we'll be going to a B minor. Normally you do this as a second fret bar, second finger on the B third fret, third finger on the D fourth fret, pinky on the G fourth fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. It sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on lifting the pinky and making that a B minor 7, or another way to play B minor 7 is do first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the high E second. And you can kind of work that for your B minor. Or you could do first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. You may kind of dig on that. That may make that change a little bit easier from the B minor to the B minor chord. And then we go back to our G major chord. So all the way through our chorus, we kind of start off with that D, G, G. And then we start making our change. Piece of our intro. Now one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes, and a lot of times on that first down, the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the D you'd have the D for the bass, on the G you'd have the low E for the bass, on the E minor you'd have low E for the bass, and on the B minor you'd have the A for the bass. So we tried that intro return with a bass down, up, down, up. We have the D with the D bass, D sus, on the 16th, you could add basses to that and make it a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or a bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up. So we tried it that way. D, D sus, D, D sus, and then from there, we'll be going into our verse part. You can do that with either of those patterns. You got D, G, G, D, G, G, or if you're digging on the 16th, break, and then we come back in on our chorus idea, and you can work that with either of those patterns too. D, for our intros. I'm going to go back to just that D, sus. Just kind of working around those chords. Or you may want to kind of bring back those arpeggios. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of work that too. And then from that intro return, then we'd be going into our bridge part. And we're basically going between the D major and the E minor. You can do that with any of those patterns. Chorus. And actually, after our last chorus, we kind of go straight back into kind of that D, E minor, B minor, G for our outro. So we got D, around these chords too, or other strum patterns that work, you know, feel free to take this lesson and run with it any way you want to. It'd be kind of cool to see what you can say with it too. You might want to play a big D at the very end, kind of make people clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Dangerous Days. So good luck!